Ta-da! Welcome to the new Sunday night training Zoom, formerly known as the Monday night training Zoom. So if you forgot and you're waiting for tomorrow, it's on right now.
I know.
You're gonna have to watch the replay.
So we switched it up a little bit. So I'm going to keep hearing some response from everybody because we have a lot of West Coast people on Monday nights. If they're getting out of work, sometimes they just can't quite get on the Zoom. So we're going to test this out. I thought Sunday night would be good just before the Sunday night call. Usually I'm already wide awake, ready for Mark to kind of share what's going on for the week. So we're going to try this. We're going to see how it goes. And then I know it's going to be a little bit for people to get used to it. But for this one, I really wanted to go over something that was kind of going on with me personally. I didn't want to get on a Zoom. And so I'm having a rough couple days. Some of you may not know my mom's going through a little bit of a difficult time. She's on oxygen and things have just gone downhill. And so I want you to know that life happens to me as well. And so a lot of the questions that I'll always get is, do you get discouraged? Do you ever feel like not wanting to move on? Like, how do you always look like you've got it all together? And I totally don't. I have mismatched clothes on. I put a headband on tonight because it made me feel girlier. But this is really something that I want you guys to know is there's going to be days that are really tough. And how do we get through that? And so knowing that we're going to have tough days, knowing that I'm going to get a no or multiple no's from people all the time. Like I can go days on talking about the business and just get shot down. And how do I get through that? So this is a question that we get quite a bit. And so I've got my notes written down. So that was just kind of on my heart, and I've got to put my glasses on so I can see. But discouragement and how do you get over it? How do you be confident especially when you're new and trying to be confident, when you don't know anything and feeling like you're tired and that you want to give up. So we're mid-month. I know a lot of you guys have just been pushing for promotions. A lot of you might be brand new that's on, or you're going to watch this replay and you're going to be like, how am I supposed to be confident when I don't even know what I'm really into yet? So let me break that down. So I was new once too. And so what I did is I got on Zooms. We didn't have Zooms, but I got on calls. I logged into my website. I really wanted to learn. So you joined a business. So what I want you to do is take a little bit of time and really look at the product. Start getting familiar with it. It's gonna boost your confidence just by going in and clicking on tabs. Like I wanted to break it. So click on everything that you can. Do a post, be excited, know that not everybody's going to be excited for you, and that's okay. And that was something that where I was at when I first started, was nobody was paying my bill, so I had to be okay with people being mean to me, people saying that it was a scam or whatever. But I knew, gosh, this was an amazing product. I loved it, and I knew that there would be other people out there that wanted it too. So you're going to have really good days. You're going to have really crappy days, but it's part of it. So how do I stay confident with it is by using the product. So as new products come out, somebody may say, what did you think of that? Well, if I don't try it, I don't know how to explain it. So that's something I want you guys to really make sure that you're doing, is trying as many as the products you can. And you're going to fall in love with something. We have about 50 products. So I'm guarantee you're going to find a few that are just kind of your favorites.
Yeah,
right?
don't worry. You can fall in love with all of them like we have. Sometimes we look and we go, how do we love every single thing that we have?
And so we do that, but knowing this too as something that me and Joel have gone, we knew going in that people were going to tell us no, because I kind of told Joel, though, I've got an eyelash going crazy and it's driving me nuts anyway, sorry. But you're going to get no, so be okay with that. As long as you're messaging and you're going to up the message and you're going to hear kind of how I'm going to give you guys your own personal power hours that you can do every single day, as many hours a day as you want. But knowing that, and that I was going to get a lot of them to get a yes. And so we did a lot of that. And I asked Joel, because so many of you come to me with questions of, what book should I read? Or do you recommend something? And how do we get through this? So this is a great one that you wanted to share too.
Yeah, so this book came out quite a while ago, and it expounds on just one aspect of becoming a master at sales. So this entire book is called Go for No, and it's written by Richard Fenton and Andrea Waltz. So make sure you pick that up and just go through it top to bottom, front to back. Learn it, because once you learn this one specific thing, it will change your mindset. It basically says that yes is the destination, but no is how you get there. So you guys want every single person that you talk to say yes. The problem is that everybody is already hardwired to say no to everything. Once you know that, now all of a sudden it becomes a game of how many people can I get to say yes? Or how many no's do I have to get to? How many times do I have to hear no before I get somebody to say yes? And then once you get that, you're unstoppable. Once you get used to people telling you no, you get better and you get more excited because you start getting more yeses. And I had another picture here pulled up that I was going to talk about too.
Hold on. Read the who the author was again.
The author is Richard Fenton and Andrea Waltz, and it's called Go for No.
You can probably just search it. And some of these Zooms you're going to hear kind of repetitive, but that's okay. That's why we love this business, because it's duplicatable. And you guys as leaders, as you're growing, you're going to get almost the same questions over and over. It's the funniest thing how that just happens. So that was just, we haven't talked about that book in a while. So I thought, gosh, this would be a great one just to kind of do, because we're getting people off, and for newbies or people that I'm messaging everybody. 5 people is not everybody. 10 people is not everybody. I still haven't talked to everybody. And I have talked to people that have not responded that I'm going to go back to until they tell me yes. Or we may have a new product or something that, they're like, oh my gosh, okay, I'm finally ready. So that's what I like about the book.
Yeah. And this also comes down to mindset too. For the people that have their screens on, by a show of hands, who wants to be a millionaire?
Oh, yeah.
I mean, they made a game out of that. But here's the thought process. So when you are talking to people, your friends and family are maybe going to make you a 10-air. People outside of your friends and family are going to make you a 100-air. So your neighbors, people at your church, people that you have some kind of relationship with, they're going to make you a 100-air. You're going to become a 1,000-air in your city and in neighboring towns. How you get to be a 6-figure income earner and a millionaire is by getting used to hearing no from people everywhere. So like Steph said, when people say that they've talked to everybody, well, that's kind of funny because of the fact that you could probably grab their phone and scroll through them and just start going, well, here, I'm going to text this person. Have you tried it? And they'll freak out immediately because they're like, well, you can't text them. And you're like, well, that means you haven't texted them yet.
Yeah, I love that. So another thing is, I love this question because it comes out and you're like, okay, I just enrolled a new distributor. How do I help them fast? Especially if you're a new distributor, you may not feel confident or how to help them. Utilize the team pages, utilize your uplines, but also know that nobody's going to ever feel like they're going fast enough or I can give everybody the information. So all we can do is encourage them, let them know, hey, you're not going to know everything, but we have a team of people helping you answer the questions. But the faster that you start posting, that you start asking questions, the more success you're going to have. And that's the one thing that I look back and wish I would have got out even faster. So here's a step back when Stefani and Joel first joined. I didn't get my 4th loyal customer until my 30th day. And I think people think, you just make this look so easy, but it was like riding a bike, guys. I was wobbly. I fell over. I didn't know what I was doing. I told people the wrong information because I just didn't know it. And so knowing that you can be successful by just starting, I think that's the key. So just get out, start to look at the product and start taking posts, start following the leaders. So make sure that you're following some people and looking and going, wow, that's a really good post. I'm going to reword it a little bit and do some of those. And you guys can go to our Joel and Stephanie Dunn.tv and watch all those past YouTubes, and we give you scripts and posts and things to do there. Now, this is a big question. So a lot of you are like, how do I maximize the comp plan or the pay? So the first question is, how much do you want to make? Because you all have something different in your mind. And so for me, I wanted to make $1,000. So if Joel said to me, all right, Stephanie, how much do you want to make? I want to make $1,000 in a month. And the best way that I can teach you that is, especially being new, is, okay, you're going to want to get those fast start bonuses. And I'm going to go, well, what is that? I don't know what you're talking about, Joel. So what is a fast start bonus?
So a fast start bonus is signing up, getting your business builder kit, getting your ADBV auto ship set up, and getting 2 customers in your first 30 days.
And what do I get?
You get $100 kicked out on the following Friday that takes place.
So I heard that. You mean when I help somebody join the business, and right now some of you are going to let people know you have a $20 code, or it's $99 to get over $100 in product and go for $1,000 guarantee, a $10,000 bonus. And I help them join an amazing company. They're going to get products that they're going to love and get results. And if I help them get 2 customers, I get $100 just by doing that.
Unlimited.
Okay. Well, I want to do those. So, some of you might say, I want $500. Help enroll 5 distributors and help focus on helping them gather their 2 customers. That's something that's so simple. And this is just one part of the pay plan, guys. So remember, how many of those do you want in a month?
The most important part of the compensation plan, just saying.
Yeah. So it gets you in to those weekly commissions that a lot of people need while you're building up your residual income, right?
Yep. And now I want to back up for a second, because she's one of those people that, everyone's like, oh gosh, you're so awesome. I want to follow you around so I can see what you do. And she can't teach it because she doesn't know that she's doing it. So I got to break this down for you guys on what just kind of happened. So something that Stephanie does all the time, which she's probably done with many of you when you joined, was she makes sure to ask the question, how much do you want to make? Make sure that you are asking that question when you have a new distributor sign up. That should be the first goal that you are working on with them. And if you don't ask that question, they have no idea what they have to do to get to that goal. Mm-hmm. And then your answer always comes back with breaking it down through fast starts. Mm-hmm. Because that puts them into action mode, which is getting distributors and customers to get those fast starts paid out. But the thing that Steph does really good subconsciously is when she's getting somebody to join with her, she's like, okay, great, we got you in. How much do you want to make? So now that gives Stephanie 2 things. It gives her an idea of how much this person needs this, how much this person wants, and how much this person believes in what they're able to do with this business.
Mm-hmm. Well, and you guys can decide how quickly you want to do this. So the quicker that you start off asking the questions, encouraging your new distributors to really put themselves out there, and don't be discouraged if people don't like or comment on your posts. I promise you, they're watching you. They're constantly watching you. You just never know when somebody's going to be like, I'm sick of watching you. And I'm going to throw her under the bus. Katrina King is on, and she watched me for a bazillion years. Like, I don't even know how many years. 7 years she watched me. And she finally was like, okay, girl, I'm sick of, sitting on the sidelines. I'm ready to join you, So you never know when it's going to happen. So don't quit. I could have quit before that, and she would have maybe signed with somebody else because I had been putting it in her face for that many years. So that's what you need to learn to be, is being consistent. Are you posting every day on your Facebook and Instagram or stories, or looking through to see, can people kind of tell that you have a side gig, or you're doing something, you're taking a product that you love? So make sure that you're kind of engaging in that. So right now it's mid-month, okay? So this is something that you all need to be writing down is, where are you at currently? So this means, maybe you're going for Ruby. Do you have 2 distributors in? Have you ran your personal auto ship or you got yourself over 150 with customer sales to be commission qualified? So I want you to log in and make sure that you're showing commission qualified. If you're not, you're going to want to make sure that you run your ADBV auto ship or get personal loyal customers over 150 in sales. You want to get paid, so make sure you're doing that. Then if you're going Ruby and you have 2 distributors, you're going to want to make sure you get that 3rd distributor in. Now you've got your 3 distributors in. The great thing is you know that they need to at least have 400 to 500 in sales to kind of rank up to Ruby. So how do we do that? Reach out to those distributors. Have you posted yet? Do you need a post? Have you looked at the team page? What can I help you with? Do you need to do a 3-way call? So let's take time to just reach out and just message those. So where you're currently at, and then what you want to be at March 31, and then how are we going to break it down? So you've got your 3 distributors in now, because you're going to do that 3rd one in by tonight's Zoom, right? So you need some sales. So you're going to look through each distributor, and you can log into the tree view and look at their group volume and go, okay, Michelle has 560 in sales. She's a commission qualified leg. Go, Michelle. I don't know how to say her last name, Koskis, if I said it right, because she's looking at it, I see her beautiful purple hair. And she's like, okay, girl, you're doing so good. Encourage her to get some more distributors, maybe go some fast starts. Look at your other distributor. Now I see Erica. Okay, Erica, girl, you're almost at 400. You're at 360. Did you know you're almost at 400 in sales? You're almost a qualified leg. And if you can get a couple distributors to do the same thing, you're going to do that. So kind of letting them know, hey, here's a great post to get you over 400. It's a triple threat post that can get you about 150 in volume. So making sure how are you going to break it down? And so I'm going to give you guys here in about 5 minutes exactly what to do. And you can do as many of these hours as you want to do, but I'm going to break it down kind of simple. So the difference. So you got your mid-month, and I don't want you to be busy. I want you to be productive. Busy and productive are not the same.
I could do a whole Zoom on just that.
Yes. So this is how we're going to break it down, how to work an hour a day. You all are going to give me at least an hour. I know you can do more, but we'll just do this. So don't be busy, be productive. And this is where I see a lot of you guys writing it down, and I've thought about this a couple times. We've been putting scripts up. We've been giving you things to do. But I know this, when you personally write it down, the psychology behind you writing it down, you listening to it and physically writing it, you're going to remember it more, and you're going to be more successful yourself. So yes, I can give you the scripts and you can copy and paste, but you're going to forget. You're not going to know how to answer. So I want you to even start maybe rewinding some things and writing those down. So you're going to start writing down things. So set your goal, determine the action that's going to need to accomplish them. So I use that. Maybe you need 1 more distributor. Create a realistic timeline. Can you get a distributor by talking to people in 2 days? Absolutely. If you decided you wanted 1 distributor tonight, you could go message people tonight. And I can tell you, when a woman decides, sorry, Joel, to go do something, they're going to do it. When you absolutely decide it's going to happen, you just do it. Like, I've seen it. Sorry. I know there's a couple of men on here. Steve Hill's probably on, and he's probably like, wait a minute. So, but this is for us women. We can do this. But create your realistic timeline, okay? So maybe you are something that's crazy busy, but also reach up to the person that enrolled you so we know what your timeline is too. Because we want to make sure that we know how quickly you want it, or maybe you just, you need to take a little bit of more time, but we want to know how can we help you the best. So you're going to break it down into months, weeks, and days. Then each day, as I complete the actions, that's how you're turning those dreams into those realities. So I want $200. That's kind of a dream for some to, gosh, I want $200 extra this week. And so you can back that up with action to get you that $200 to be a reality with those fast starts. So I want you to start thinking of that. Once you start being productive instead of busy, you're going to instantly accomplish more. Like, I promise you, you just have to make sure that you don't go down a rabbit hole and all of a sudden you're on Instagram for 3 hours and you're like, how did I get here? If you see that, rewind and get back to being productive. Plan, write it down. This way you're more clear on the goals and the directions you need to go. So by the end of the week, if you needed that one distributor in to be boxed Ruby, you need to reevaluate. If you didn't happen, did you do productive work or were you busy work? So make sure that you're looking back. If you need help, reach out to the person that enrolled you or ask on the team page or upline so that we can just kind of evaluate there.
So how to know whether something is busy work or productive work. Productive work will always have something that shows for it. You will have an end result. You will have something that is measurable. Busyness, there's nothing that you can measure. It sucks time away. So when you're looking at things, and this goes back to knowing your sales ratio. So make sure you go back and listen to my podcast on that. Because if you know it takes you 100 people to get to one person saying yes to you, now that's your game. How quickly can you talk to 100 more people to get somebody to say yes to you? That is something that is absolutely measurable, and you can quantify it in time because it's how long is it going to take for you to talk to 100 people?
Okay, so now you're going to figure out when are you going to do these hours. So I'm going to break it down here in a second. So when it's time to work, like for me, I'm 100% focused, no distractions. So when I'm going to teach you this, when Stephanie works, we always want to know, how do you work, Stephanie? When I work, when I'm messaging, I'm messaging. Like Joel saw me sitting over in the chair. He saw that I was head down focused. He wanted to show me something, but he knew that I wasn't going to look. So it was like, it was probably something silly knowing Joel, but it was a distraction. So it was like, I can't go into her work zone. Okay. So you're going for huge goals. You need to know this is my work time. Great. If you need 20 minutes on Facebook or Instagram to go down a rabbit hole, write it down and say, I need 15 minutes to go down a rabbit hole. Give yourself time to do that if it makes you happy.
15 minutes cat videos, schedule it.
Yes, but your hour.
Schedule your cat videos.
You are going to commit. Give me an hour. Okay. So
Rachel, did you hear that? Schedule your cats.
Is she on? I'm sure she's on. All right. So a power hour by yourself. I love last week. Thank you to Rachel and Amanda and Amy. They did an awesome job of giving you guys some things to do. And really that's what our business is really working on our own. I don't know why we need to do these, but we're going to do some more of these power hours. We're actually giving you things to do because we had such great response back from that. But I want you guys to take it in your own hands. You all want to hit a ruby, an emerald, a diamond, a double. So this is how you can start making some of your own power hours daily, or what Stephanie does. So every day, 10 minutes, I add people. So let's just use Instagram as an example. I'll go to Instagram. Maybe because I'm going to South Carolina to Asheville, I'm going to search by location and I'm going to find people that may be in that area because I'm coming in a week that I could meet up with. Hey, I'm coming into the area. I would love to meet up with you. I'd love to let you sample some of my products. So think about it like that. Where are you going? I know all the girls that are going to be going are going to be like, we're all going to be meeting people probably.
Amanda's already messaging people right now.
Yeah. So make sure you give yourself 10 minutes. And that's just one way. You have to add to your network. We're network marketing, and it's a beautiful thing that we have social media because you guys don't have to go out and physically talk to somebody. I would recommend it. It's actually fun that way. But if you're like, I just want to do Instagram and Facebook, then you have to add new people. If you're not expanding your market and you're not commenting or liking on your current friends list, nobody's going to see your stuff, or it's going to be the same 5% of people. Okay. So we're going to break that. So make sure that you're adding new people. So that's 10 minutes. Okay. Of your hour. The next would be 10 minutes of commenting on and liking on people on your Instagram. So on that have in your friends list. So somebody that is non-it works. Make sure that you're like, okay, from what I can tell, they're not it works. And I do this too. Sometimes I can't tell if they are, but I'll like 3, 4, 5 pictures and then go comment on 2 because they're going to look, because I do that when I'm like, who is this crazy person that just like 10 of my pictures in a row? Like, this person's nuts. And so I'm intrigued. I want to know, who is this person? And I'm scrolling through and I'm like, what do they do? So make sure that you're engaging in that. The next 10 minutes, you're going to message people that like your non-it works posts. So I've recently gone through some people and we really need to clean up. If it's all green, black, and bling and it's all it works, people aren't going to be your friend. They want to see you. They want to see, what are you doing? And so if you go on some of my posts, I'm sharing about my product, I'm sharing about my day, but in the bottom half of the last paragraph may be where I'm talking about what the keto coffee has done, how much I've lost, or what this business has done, or I have a $20 exclusive code. So if you want, go follow some of the things that I've done, because people will be like, that's a really cute shirt, and I'll start talking about that or whatever. And then at the bottom is, where I'm talking about, this business has given me the freedom to actually pay for this shirt. So something like that. And, it could be something so simple as getting your nails done, or you're at the salon that day, you're talking about what an awesome thing that you're at girlfriend's dinner or whatever. And then it was brought to us by It Works because this is how we met. So some things like that I want you guys to really think about.
And also you can do short videos. If you guys see me, I do short videos on product, and basically where I get the information, I don't make it up. I just get it off the product info sheet. If you don't know where that is, there's 2 easy ways to find it. You can go in your eSuite and look under all of the documents for all the product info sheet, or you can go on your site right to the product, and where it says view ingredients, click on that. It will give you all of the information. And take one of those a week and try to become an expert on it.
Yeah. And so the non-it works posts, I'm going to go and comment and like on some of their posts, and then I'm going to message them and say, hey, totally stalked your page. This would be perfect way. I have something for you that I think would be a perfect way to help you make $1,000 guarantee over the next 30 days. Are you interested? So I'm asking that. I'm okay if they don't respond, or if they don't say anything right away.
Or if they spit hate back.
Because I know that I just opened the door for a follow-up. And so that's something that we're going to talk about too, is if you're not asking people questions, they're like, hey girl, where'd you get that shirt? Like, having conversations with people, you don't have anybody to follow up with. So make sure that you're in your 10 minutes when you're messaging people, you're asking so that you can follow up with them. And then the response, if they respond to that, making that $1,000 guarantee that we have right now in the next 30 days, is perfect. This is what I do. I sell products and I share business opportunity through social media and word of mouth. It's so much fun and super simple. What's your cell number? And I can get out a text to you, an example of a post that I do. If you can post this, you can do what I do. And so what I'll do is I'll maybe share a hair, skin, and nail post. I'll actually text it to them, because if you have their phone number, they're probably more engaged too. So yes, you guys hear me all the time say, try to get their phone numbers. Everybody looks at their text message over even messages. So start getting used to just asking for their phone number. And then, yep, if you can post this, you can totally do what I do. Don't worry, you may not know how to answer it. And that's how I was, but I have all the ways to help kind of guide you into getting those customers and adding people to your team. So that's just something that is huge. Again, if you guys aren't asking, you don't have the follow-up. So that's where that you'll hear follow-up, the fortunes in the follow-up. I follow up. Make sure you're doing that. And that was my next one. So the couple last things is 10 minutes follow-up. So maybe you're only a week in, and so you've I've only messaged 40 people or whatever, okay? So what you can do is, because it could get lost in your inbox or whatever on Facebook. So what I can do is I'll search keywords. So you can just go right into your Facebook, into your inbox, and type in keto coffee, maybe just coffee, TFX, Thermal Fight X. And so what we'll do, it'll pull up all those people that I messaged. And so I can be like, oh my gosh, I'm so excited. I just helped so-and-so get their Thermofite X order in. I was totally thinking of you. Did you want to get started? And so again, there's another way to make sure that you're following up. If they don't respond, you can search that again that following week. So don't stop following up on that. I have that written down multiple times on my notes that the key is in the follow-up. And something that I do if I just feel like, gosh, I don't want to say that I don't have messages or people to follow up with, because I do, but maybe I'm like, gosh, you know, that there's people that are on my mind, or I'm scrolling through Facebook. I'm wishing them happy birthday every morning. This is a key for you guys. Success leaves clues. Every morning, wish people happy birthday. If you can get in the habit of going first thing and wishing them happy birthday, are they part of It Works or not? I'm going to make sure that, I'm not going to do it on that day, but maybe a couple days later, hey, you know what? You keep coming back into my mind. And I just had to say, I have this awesome promo. I'd love you part of my team. Have you ever been interested? So that's something that if people are in my mind, I'm always messaging them. Do you know anything else on that? Or you think that's good, right?
You do that a lot. And the thing is when she reaches out, it's because of the fact that she's going to tell them why she thinks they would be awesome for her team. So for everybody that's like, what's the script for that? There isn't a script. You know, it's basically when you have somebody on your mind, tell them personalize why you want them on your team. Not, hey, join my team because it's $20 and you can get $1,000 guarantee. No, why do you want them on your team? Do you think they're going to be your next rock star? If so, tell them that.
Mm-hmm. And you know, you're going to want to do like 5 minutes of encouraging. So there's a couple different things. So people that have been in, you know, a while and you have a team, make sure that you're voice messaging, encouraging, posting about your team, having that communication there. Because everybody loves compliments, right? We all do. We want to hear that. So make sure that we're doing that. And then even 5 minutes of just going through your friends list and just telling them, hey, I see that you're just doing a really great job of raising those kiddos, or whatever it is. You know, I saw somebody on Instagram, her little baby had the cutest blue eyes. I don't know. I was just like, oh my gosh, you should be just so proud of this little boy. Like, I just stalked her Instagram and I just messaged her. And so now I have, you know, a conversation with her. So make sure that you're engaging with that kind of stuff too. So got the birthdays and
something really quick on that. It's one of those things where you feel like a putz when you first start doing it, but do it sincerely and it makes you feel better. When you're giving encouragement and gratitude to others, it starts to fill you up. So do it out of the goodness of your heart, not just because you're like, oh, Stephanie said do 5 minutes of gratitude.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Forced gratitude is not anything that gets you going. It's when you start doing it that it starts compounding. And now all of a sudden you're like, ooh, I can't wait to get to that 5 minutes to tell people how awesome they are.
So that was just an hour of work. And that's so doable. That's focused time. That's 10 minutes of adding people, 10 minutes of commenting, 10 minutes of messaging people, and then responding. And here's the thing is, as you're doing each task, do the task and then go back after your hour, okay? Because you're going to get stuck and you may go down a rabbit hole. So be very intentional with each like 10 minutes or 5 minutes that we just broke it down in. Because that's where I know that I'm very good at. How many messages can I get out in 10 minutes? How many text messages can I get out? How many follow-ups? So you're going to start getting really quick, and you may even have a text replacement or a copy and paste in your text that you're like, I just got out 50 in like 10 seconds, you know, like just ding, 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 ding. So the more that you do this, the better that you're going to get. If you really want to go for it, do more than these. Like, don't just stick with 1 hour. You know, that's something that if you have more time and you're really going for it, you know, if you have 4 or 5 hours, turn off the TV for the next 15 days so that you can hit your promotions. It's so worth it. And I've seen crazy things happen when somebody decides, I'm going to commit and this is what I'm going to do, and invite your team to do the same thing. And there was one other, I loved this tip or comment or question, because I haven't talked about it in a while, but this is something that be aware of what you're posting and what people are liking. Okay. So we know that if you're posting about product, you're not going to get a lot of likes. It's just how it is. Or people aren't going to, they're going to see it, and we want that, but understanding, okay, they might not like it. But if you post a picture of your dog or you ask a question, everybody and their brother decides they want to give you their opinion. You're right. So they're like, which shoes? And all of a sudden I'm like, where did these people come from? So I'll ask a question like that, and then I'll follow it up with a product post or a business post, because more of those people that just commented, they're going to see my post, because Facebook or Instagram is going to recognize that they were just interacting with me, and they're going to probably want to see that post that I just did. So kind of make sure that you're doing some stuff like that throughout the day, that you're recognizing when to post or when to post correctly. The other thing is, maybe you had really a great post from maybe Time Hop from last year, and all those people that commented on it, you need to go back on that Time Hop picture and be like, oh my gosh, what a great memory, because those people are going to see that you commented on it. So if you had 50 people comment on that, those 50 people that you may not have engaged with are going to start coming back to what you're posting at currently again. So
that's called reviving the dead in social media.
Yeah. So, like the relevancy of a post, how long do they last? Like, that's something that we look at daily and just try to figure out. Facebook and Instagram are so different. I like Instagram a little bit better, but I'm consistent. I'm always going to do it, no matter if people like it or not. They're going to go back and they're going to see it.
I like Katrina's question. Ask, how many times a week do you wash your hair?
That's a great question. Or I think, if you're out shopping, like, it's crazy. You guys all probably go out or make yourself go to the mall. Doesn't mean you have to buy anything. Hold 2 different shirts up, or getting ready for an event. Which one would you pick out, or whatever? Like, they just love to give their input. So that's a good one. And I think that was it. So I think we did pretty good in our 35 minutes. And so, again, I wanted you guys to know that I'm human. When I came on this, I'm tired. I had a couple bad days, and it's okay that I have bad days, and I have people that are counting on me, even in my bad days, right? And so I have to go, oh, okay, I can get through this. This didn't kill me. I look a hot mess, and you're probably all going to take pictures, I'm sure. And I'm going to be like, no, but I got through it. And I think overall, this Zoom for me is showing you that I'm human, and we can get through anything if we have the right mindset. And so I get to choose what I want to do, where I want to do it, when I want to do it, who I want to do it with. And that is priceless to me, to know that I have the ability to do that, to actually go see my mom, help her out, do some things that I would have never been able to do, because this business can change your life that much. And it can change just by even having a couple extra $100 or whatever that number is that you want, so make sure that you're writing those goals down. You guys know now that I'm very specific. I'm not busy, I'm productive. And that's really what I want you guys get really to learn from that was that. Do you remember what else I said? Anything? No. Is that it? Okay. So we're going to try these out. The Sunday night call is coming up. I don't know what they're going to say. Otherwise I'd probably spill the beans for you guys. But I want feedback on if Sunday night's good for you guys. When they do announce things on Sunday, we can always change things up during the week and just update you with live videos and stuff like that. But I really want my West Coast team to know that I appreciate them and love them too, and want them to get on the Zooms live. It's something, that I think will work once we start getting people in the right mindset. Because people are like, I didn't even know about it. So just kind of keep me posted on that. And then we'll have a guest, probably a really awesome one next week, because it'll be coming off of Asheville's training that we have next week. And so just kind of a reminder, you guys that aren't going, you can actually purchase the online watch link. So you can actually watch the whole thing. And it's good for over a week, I think is what they said. So I'm gonna want to do that too because I'll be there, but I'm gonna purchase one so that when I come back I could rewatch it. So if you're like, I really wish I could be there, I can't. Is it like $20 I think or something? So you guys can get that and watch it like you're there. So you're gonna do that, and then we'll Sunday we'll kind of recap and have a really awesome Zoom from that too. So I appreciate you guys. I know you're working so hard on your promotions, so make sure that you're reaching out to people, being the authentic you, doing the power hours, and then go crush this week. But I will see you later this week. I'll pop on and share some other scripts. I know you guys are going to want those, but have an awesome week. We'll see you next weekend.
See you guys.